Hey guys, Mr. Moki Moki here with our in-town hero, Fresh Cakes, also known as Michael Posca, as you may know.
Yo, what up, what up?
He took his beloved Invoked deck, turned it into a true Draco Invoked deck with Wind Witches, and got 12th place at Columbus.
Yeah, pretty much I took out the artifact engine because it was just bricky as shit and put in the true Draco engine and it turned out really good, got 12th place, didn't have too much trouble.
Awesome. Alright, well let's get into it.
Cool. Alright, yeah, so we'll start with the monster lineup. Pretty standard lineup for the Wind Witches. 3 Ice Bell, 2 Glass Bell, 1 Snow Bell, 3-2-1. Because the deck runs Invoked, you run 2 Alistair. I wanted to minimize the amount of normal summons that this deck had, so 2 is sufficient. Now going into the True Dracos, we're running 3 of the only good card other than Masterpiece, as far as monsters go. Activated Trap from deck is just so good.
He's the dumbest.
I also ran 3 Masterpiece for this event. Too strong. Well, there's nothing else to say about it. He's just amazing.
Shout out to Dayglow for lending you one.
Yeah, Dayglow let me borrow this beautiful... I like the artwork on it. Very, very nice card. Hopefully he trades it to me for cheap.
Yeah.
Hand traps. 1 Maxi. 2 Ghost Ogre. And 3 of the best hand trap. Ash put in work for the whole event. It was just really, really strong. Moving on to the spells, we've got 3 of the True Draco Heritage. We've got 3 diagrams.
Also pretty stupid.
It's not that bad. I was just facing a Utopia deck, and he read the diagram and he's like, "Oh, it can't be destroyed the first time by battle." Okay, GG Lightning. 2 meltdowns to search the Alistair. 2 set rotation for both the diagrams and the meltdowns. Pretty nutty card. I think it's probably the best common that came in. The set.
Quite unfortunate that they did make it common instead of super or something.
Well, I think it's okay. Hopefully it gets overlooked by a lot of people. Have started to break into like the nutty tech cards that you can run with the set rotation, and there's like a ton of FTKs out already for this one card. So, on top of the set rotations, we're running 3 beautiful terraformings. I hope this card never gets banned, please. 2 Invocation, and then the 1-ofs, 1 Rogeki, 1 Dark Hole. Just board removals, really important, so run all that jazz. Was only running 5 traps, and it worked out. It worked out in my matchups. 3 of the good one, True King's Return. The special summons back, as well as does the tribute summon on your opponent's turn. And then 2 of the Apocalypse, which is have your opponent's attack and defense, all their monsters, and the additional tribute summon. Awesome. As far as side deck goes, side deck was pretty good. I was running the 1 Dark Hole, only spell that I sided, just for going second. Sided some hand traps, sided these Droll unlocks. They were pretty clutch. Unfortunately, I didn't like when I drew these. Were the matchups that they weren't the most optimal, like dinos, so they still ended up making a board, but I sphere moded stuff, so it was like, which brings us to the MVP of this side deck, which was 3 sphere mode. Super crazy all day. Best play, best sphere mode targets, 2 Omegas and a Dryden. Just like shit on the opponent. I also played 3 DD Crow. I pretty much just sided them every single game. and they put in lots of work, and it was nice. To be honest, I think this deck prefers trading more than like full blowout cards, which is why I think I like them better than draw and lock.
Nice.
3 of I'll never play this in my side deck again. Magic Deflector in theory was supposed to be really good. However, it turned out really shit. So, that was that. And I seem to have misplaced my last card of the 3. Oh wait, hold on a second. And then the best card that I never saw, and there's an ongoing count. I played not just the through playtesting with siding, as well as like the 8 rounds that was that regional. 11 rounds I did not see this card. So 11 matches, no D-barriers. I'll probably run them in the main deck next.
Secret deck. Spoilers.
Spoilers. Anyways, that was the deck profile. Everything worked out pretty good.
Don't forget your extra deck, bud.
Oh, yeah, that's right, the extra deck. Holy shit. I didn't even use the extra deck very often. Like, let's go back to the Wind Witch stuff. So, like, 1 Winter Bell, 1 Clear Wing. I ran 1 Stardust, but never went into it. It's beautiful. I couldn't find a first hit one, though. Rip. 1 Crystal Wing. So, hindsight, it was such a mistake to play just one of these cards. Because, like, Litho just banishes... even if it hits just one of these, well, you're pretty much screwed. So pretty much, like, they banished either the Crystal Wing right away in the Dino matchup, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's a card.
Would you trade the Stardust for a second Crystal Wing?
Probably would do that. I can probably take out, like, some Xyz cards, or, like, some really shit fusion cards that I never went into, to play those. I think the correct way to run it, like, if you're gonna build your deck with okay, let's start from the beginning. If you're building this deck with instant fusion and you're running Norden, then you want to run no Winter Bells at all.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to run the Clear Wings, because that's the only way that you'll be able to make it outside of the Wind Witch combo. Whereas with instant fusion, you can't go into a 7 if you're running 2 of these. So I would be running 2 of these and 2 Crystal Wing, and probably cut out the Stardust and the Winter Bell. But if you do want to run Stardust and Winter Bell, like, you can just cut out 2 of the other fusions that you don't really use. So that's fine. Moving on to the fusions that I ran 2 Makaba.
Standard.
2 Ragin. I cut down the number of Ragin to fit in Xyz monsters, which were stupid, because I would much rather gone into a 3rd Ragin. I played 1 Water. 1 is enough, I think. I played 1 Magilancia. In hindsight, again, this card should have probably been run at 2. It's just a giant beat stick. And, like, banish earth monsters. Like, you want to do that all the time, so it's
for zoos, yeah.
Not just for zoos, for dinos as well.
Oh, dinos, yeah.
Yeah, dinos and zoos. So it's like you want 2, because, like, this is another favorite Lithogasm target. He's like, hey, I don't want you to banish my shit, and I'm like, but I do. Anyways, 1 Purgatrio I ran, which, again, in hindsight, I should have probably run it 2, because, well, dinos run fire and whatever. And this deck single-handedly won me both matches against Minerva Sworn. Like, in both games. So it was just like, I surprised them the first time with it, and then they were like, okay, I'm gonna not get Purgatrioed, and then they got Purgatrioed, so it was nice. I played the 1 Kaliga. You never want to run more than 1 of this card. It's just, like, slow it down. 1 activated effect, even in the same chain link. So it's like, it's pretty sacky. Like, if people don't read this card correctly, they're in trouble. Played 1 Elysium. The games were too fast to make this. Too fast for it to be useful. And so many negates that this was never optimal. The only time now, like thinking about it, that I'd play Elysium is in that 60 card jank deck that I might have a video of somewhere.
You did.
Yeah. That 60 card jank deck makes this like no problem. But like it didn't work here. And then I ran the 2 finisher Xyz monsters. I was like thinking, okay, if I'm gonna go into an Xyz, I want it to do damage. So there it is, lightning gets over problem cards, gets over crystalline, gets over other stuff. So it was pretty good, but I never went into it. So whatever.
Awesome. We know how much you like Invoked. Is there anything that you would want to talk about in terms of main deck? I know you talked about your extra deck being changed and stuff, but in terms of side deck as well, you're changing it. Anything in the main deck that you want to change or in the future?
I've been trying to hang on to the Invoked for like a very long time, because I just think that the utility of all the fusions is really, really good. However, I might experiment in some builds that just focus on a few, maybe like a synchro build. So like, I might try Windwitch True Draco. I might cut out one of the engines, that's what I was trying to say. So whether it's the Invoked engine, which is just fusion summon every turn, I might try to make it into a synchro summon every turn, or something along those lines. I know in OCG they've come out with a new spellbook card, which is like Wonder Wand, but doesn't lose to stupidness. So, I mean, Dryden's still kind of shit, but like, it becomes a searchable Wonder Wand with Blue Boy, so it looks pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna try those builds out for sure. But yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, guys, if you want to see more, remember to rate, comment, and SCRUB-Scribe, and see you in the next one. Peace.
Later.